everybody, Josh Sigurdson, World Alternative Media here, and of course we're joined by author and economic analyst here at WAM, John Sneisen. And don't say that we don't do things for you. We are now standing in the middle of a desert here in Utah. We are in Monument Valley, as you can see by the beautiful view behind us. Hopefully I'm not blocking it out with my big mug, but there is a big story that's been happening that we can't go without reporting on our way to the Red Pill Expo in Spokane, Washington. And as the story goes, gold, copper prices fall on trade friction, oil sell-off. Gold prices fell to their lowest level since late last year, Friday, and copper prices declined as investors reacted to U.S. tariffs on China and a sell-off in oil. Gold for August delivery was recently down 2.2% at $1,280.20 a troy ounce on the COMEX division of the New York Mercantile Exchange, the lowest level since late December. Copper for July delivery fell 2.6% to $3.13 a pound. The selling comes following news that President Donald Trump approved tariffs on about $50 billion of Chinese goods as the U.S. ratchets up its trade fight with Beijing. Now, John, can you go a bit further into this? Because I feel like that isn't really exactly the story here. I mean, we've talked about gold manipulation in the past. Any good market, where the free market really has great demand and has potential for insurance of wealth, which wealth is so important to every single individual out there, there's going to be market manipulation. Can you go into this?
Yeah, well, what it seems to be is it seems to be like a ceiling that they put on, how high they want silver prices to go. And what we're seeing right now is the silver prices has kind of a floor at 7.50. And of course, the sell-off was pretty substantial. It was almost 5% in silver that they didn't say in the article. And when you see the silver price right now, it's at it bounced up a little bit as the Asian markets currently are starting to trade for Monday, but it went down to 16.45 cents, of course, per ounce, and people are panicking because now is hey, silver is continuing to go down, and we're gonna have to sell this off, like we can't be in there. Well, of course. My point of view is that they're just continuing to play this game with their paper contracts. JP Morgan is one of the biggest ones. Of course, I would say Max Kaiser's Diabo, global insurrection against banker occupation. That is the hashtag that we should talk about here is the buy silver, crash JP Morgan thing that he had. And of course, JP Morgan has bought tremendous amounts of silver lately, physical amounts, as the silver price is going down. So why are they doing that? I wonder why.
And at the same time, I should mention that it hits Russia really hard. Russia is a third biggest gold producer in the world. They have just stockpiled a lot, and they, on top of that, are looking to become the second biggest producer in the world. They're doubling their mining activities, and that's huge. And of course, we reported last year, Germany repatriated the second largest amount of gold in history from the Fed. And whether they've got all that gold back or not, I don't know. But I think it's really important to make a certain point here, which is that gold is wealth insurance, and for that reason, it's a threat, and it has been for thousands of years. Gold isn't meant to be an investment where you put money in and you've got, oh man, I'm making so much money off this. It's not like
mining stocks. If you want to do that, you can go buy mining stocks.
Yeah, exactly. And the thing about that is, people say, well, that's a bad sign. Well, that's the bankers and the government shoving gold like a balloon underwater, and it gains pressure, and eventually it explodes like the Yellowstone supervolcano, which we reported from last year. And
the Monterey supervolcano, for sure.
Absolutely. And for that reason, it's a threat to them, and they will try and suppress it, and it will bounce up, and it will bounce up higher than ever before, in my personal opinion. I think it's really important to state that, we've seen gold throughout the ages continuously ensure purchasing power, and ensuring purchasing power is something that obviously the Federal Reserve notes don't do. All fiat currencies eventually revert to their true value of zero. They always have, they always will, going back to 1024 AD in China, and this time isn't any different. John, what do you have to add?
Well, I'm just gonna tell about, it was in April in this year that it was again up, trying to push that 7.3, 7.4, and then of course it got pushed down again. So it's just interesting. It was just like at the ceiling, almost the same exact ceiling, just couple of cents off, and then it got pushed down like tremendously. Like this sell-off was even crazier. It was just a massive sell-off, like all the way down to 16.47 cents, and then it kind of just stopped there before the market closed. Now we got to remember, I think we're in for being in Monument Valley, I would say we're in for a monumental change in the world's financial and economic system as the fiat empire is crumbling. As you can see, these massive mountains, that's the old fiat mountains that have crumbled.
They've reverted to buttes.
Yeah, if we're looking for, the fiat monetary system becomes the buttes of the past, like when we're going to look at the new age of, cryptocurrencies that are solid and that, can change the world together with gold and silver. We can punch a hole through that butte and create a beautiful butte, and have it.
Well, we got mittens over there behind us, the famous butte. And of course, when we say like cryptocurrencies has to have fundamental value, it's you have to do your own due diligence. And when it comes down to it, it's scarcity, application use, and demand, which is so important to value, not just printing currency out of thin air, quantitative easing, fractional reserve lending, leading to inevitably every single time a crash. Now the fundamentals are off the table due to the level of manipulation in the monetary system as well as the market. So you can't put a date on it, but you know what's going to happen. And for that reason, you have to get prepared. You have to be self-sustainable, and you have to look at these things to protect your wealth. It's for your sake, it's for your family's sake, and it's a good influence on others around you when you talk to them about this issue, because they want you to be debt slaves, and we want you to be free human beings, individuals that are self-sustainable and financially responsible. For in the end, the hallmark of freedom itself is responsibility. John, bottom line?
Well, I think I'm going to just do something. I think we're going to leave fiat in the monetary dust, Josh. It's time. It's time to get away from this stupid system that these banksters continue to play schemes on us, and it's time to lead us in a path toward true freedom. And really invent, a system that could change people's lives, and we could create a world that is so much greater than, constantly stealing from everybody, because that's what the today's fiat system does. It constantly steals from you every single day that it lives and breathes. So it's time to move away from that, and then, get towards a secure future by, getting into the things that we just said.
Yeah, absolutely. And you got to watch out when you're picking through the sand here, John. You might find a nuke. And, the only nuke we really want to see is the one in the monetary system finally end, so we can get it over with, so we can start from scratch as free individuals and not have to continuously be more and more debt slaves, losing our purchasing power every single day. We will be back at you with much more here at WHAM. We are here in Monument Valley, Utah for the day. We are right by John Wayne's old cabin. It's good times out here. I'm boiling in this heat, so I think it's about time we get out of the sun, especially you. You're a ginger, so you really need to get out of the sun. And we will see you at the Red Pill Expo in Spokane, Washington, June 21st to 23rd. I hope you, if you're not there, at least I hope you watch our videos. If you're there, we will see you there. I'm looking forward to talking to you. Thanks for going into this with us, John. And until next time, this is Josh Sigurdson and John Sneisen signing out from World Alternative Media. Find the truth, be the change. Like what you see here at WHAM? Don't forget to check the links below. GoFundMe, Patreon. We can't do it without you. Any donation is very much appreciated, especially as we are so overwhelmingly demonetized and censored by YouTube as the ADL comes in and flags all of our content as hate speech. Also, check our Bitcoin address in the description as well as on the screen for you to scan if you please. And also find us at steemit.com at Josh Sigurdson, the future of social media, where you get paid in the upvote of your post in Steem, the cryptocurrency. And also find us at the Red Pill Expo, which we have a reference link for below in the description and the comments as well. Hosted by G. Edward Griffin, amazing speakers coming out to speak this year. Don't miss it. It's in Spokane, Washington, June 21st to 23rd. We hope to see you there. But until next time, this is Josh Sigurdson signing out from World Alternative Media. Find the truth, be the change.